Hello everyone and welcome to the 8th Christmas update from Gaz Webby. So here we go again, it's time to bring you another Christmas update. We are up to update number 8 of the Christmas Countdown, and I shall get on with that for you in a moment. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle just to say that the personal video today was our 6 AM upload. And we've also released the USA forecast for the next 6 weeks, with live stream just before this video was enabled to go public. So check out live stream our 10 to 14 dayer. So check that one out if you'd like to do that. Very interesting live stream, some interesting charts about at the moment. Please like, share, subscribe on all of the updates and live streams and whatnot and all that good stuff. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Thank you so much to Richard for the incredible 2 Christmas updates gifts. Thank you so much, Rich. We are alternating with each and every update. So thank you so much to Richard for our amazing Christmas Day gifts. Wow, wow, wow. I love this one with the snowman from the snowball. But I love both of them. Thank you so much, Rich. Incredibly seasonal. Thank you so much, my friend. Right, so we're going to go to Metro Cellar in a moment, just to say that the thing with this is that we're still only looking for trends within the month. Christmas is still too far away. It will be 1 month away on Friday, actually. So, still a long way to go with the Christmas Countdown. We're still only looking for the trend within the month. We can't tell you what weather's going to be doing, at 1 PM in the afternoon on Christmas Day. It's much too far away for that kind of detail. The trends so far have generally been mild and unsettled for Christmas. We haven't yet had a cold Christmas, I don't think. Let's put webcam back on a moment. We haven't yet had a cold Christmas turn up, I don't think. It's quite unusual this far into the Christmas update. Normally we'd have had at least one cold Christmas by now. But we have seen some very interesting charts around the Christmas period. So although the days of like Christmas Day, Boxing Day have always been trending quite mild, actually the days before and particularly after into like the New Year, early January, in a lot of these updates have been really cold. So, what's going on this year is a little bit different to what we normally get. And maybe we're going to have a January to make us shiver. I don't know. But we're mostly interested in Christmas, of course, this period. But we are starting with sort of early to mid-December to early to mid-January. And that places the Christmas period nicely in the centre. Right, okay, so let's move ourselves over to Metro Cellar. Here we go, then. We're going to start off on the 4th of December with the CFS coupled forecast system 6Z run. I'm so sorry, everybody. So I've got an area of high pressure here on the 4th of December from the Atlantic up to Scandinavia. We're bringing in something of an east wind. That might be bringing a few wintry showers to eastern parts of the country. Wow, wow, wow. I don't know. Right, let's run through, see what happens there. So that high pressure declines, low pressure comes in from the Atlantic. That brings wet and windy weather in with it and eventually pulls in colder air from the north. So showers could turn wintry there, especially across northern and western parts of the country up to the 8th of December. Then high pressure reaches in from the Atlantic, low pressure deepens around Iceland, so revert to a milder westerly flow here into a second week of December, turning milder, wetter and windier once again. Certainly not much sign of Scandinavian high going on there. Right, so up to the middle of December, looking generally mild, but we are turning wind into a cooler, or rather colder northwesterly here for Scotland, looking some wintry showers through there. Let's start running up towards Christmas then. High pressure reaching through the country there around the 17th of December could bring a little bit of frost and fog, but that's not going to last long. Low pressure back in. This is a very unsettled, rather stormy CFS run for this 8th update, turning very stormy to the north and west. Quite chilly as well, probably cold enough for showers to be wintering in the north. Real old gale there around the 20th, 21st of December. That's a proper Atlantic storm. Severe gales, particularly through the southern half of the country, actually, central part of the country, like Ireland to northern England and North Wales and whatnot. So that looks very stormy there around the winter solstice. And another deep low coming in on the 23rd. The Eve of Christmas looks very, very stormy there. Wow, wow, wow. Severe gales battering the country. And no doubt lots of heavy rain, pre-Christmas storm with that one. Okay, so this is Christmas Eve, looking very unsettled. Another low coming through, bringing further bouts of rain. Probably kind of a little bit of snow in the far north. Otherwise, we're just talking about cold rain and temperature probably about average, really, on Christmas Eve. That low pressure gets out of the way on Christmas Day and pulls in a rather showery and probably colder northwesterly. So Christmas Day is probably like a sunshine shower type day, and probably cold enough for the showers to be wintry over the northern half of the country anyway. No, just again like rain, cold rain showers down in the south. Boxing Day brings another low, this time into the Bay of Biscay. We are putting in colder air here as we're progressing through Christmas. So by sort of 27th of December, we are actually bringing in a north or a northeast wind. So that is turning colder through the Christmas period. Showers will be turning increasingly wintry, probably even down to the south. We have got low pressure in the North Sea as well, that might bring some more general sort of rain, sleet and snow to eastern parts of the country. Rather cold there from Boxing Day to the 27th of December. This is going to set up a cold January again. Let's see what happens, or a cold New Year. Let's see what happens. So, once again, up to like 29th of December, still looking quite cold. Low pressure deepening in the Atlantic Ocean, however. So, we're moving up towards New Year, and we're turning very wet and windy again on New Year's Eve. Now, that low pressure coming to quite cold air, so it's coming that might deliver a little bit of snow, and that'd be more particularly for northern areas. However, that's generally turning milder and very wet and windy for New Year's Eve. What's going to happen after that? Let's run on to New Year's Day. So here we go, first day of 2023. That low pressure is sinking southwards towards the Bay of Biscay. Not particularly cold at this point, but let's see what happens after that. So some higher pressure begins to start ridging through the country. That probably brings a return of frost and fog. High pressure trying to get going over Scandinavia there on the 3rd of January, but I think the Atlantic's going to overpower it. So another low coming in 4th to the 5th of January. This one's on a northwest-southeast alignment, though. So if that Scandinavian high is having an influence, it's sending that low to northwest-southeast alignment. That's the kind of thing that might deliver some snow, especially for northern parts of the country. It's just looking rather cold and rather wintry here in the first week of January, but not to the same extent that we've seen in previous updates. And then we're moving towards the second week of January. It's turning milder again. Winds are back into the west. Low pressure deepening in the North Atlantic. And off we go again. I think it's going to go stormy again into the middle part of the month. So back into unsettled conditions once more. Low pressure racking through the country. Again, always pretty cold enough for some wintry conditions in the northern half of the country. Probably plenty of cold rain down in the south. And we're well beyond Christmas now, going up into the final week of January, starting to look a little bit colder. High pressure beginning to ridge out to our west, winds turning in to the north. Should we go one more week further on, see what happens with that high pressure? So it tries to get to Scandinavia, but I think that high pressure is going to sit around the country, actually going to pull out to our west. So eventually by end of January into February, looks like we're starting to set up a really cold sort of northerly. I shouldn't be going this far up. It's always fascinating, isn't it? Once you get involved to see what's going to happen next. So that turns really cold into end of January and February with that dramatic northerly blast there. But doesn't last more than a few days. Right, so that's it for the 8th Christmas update. What do we make of that then? I think we can say that we've still got trend for an unsettled Christmas. This is a slightly cooler variety of it, especially later on towards Boxing Day and 27th and whatnot. But still looking, relatively unsettled, not that cold, stormy. The trend is maintained, I think, really, of the 8th update. Just a few hints, it gets colder into the new year, not to the same extent that we've seen like on the last update, the 7th update, and the updates before that. But hints are still there, but there is some colder weather on offer as we go in towards the beginning of 2023. Right, so that's it for the 8th Christmas update. Thank you so much to Richard for the amazing Christmas updates gift. You'll see the second gift on the next update, the 9th update, and I think we'll be releasing that probably on Saturday, maybe Sunday. We'll see how it works out. Right, so that's it for the 8th Christmas update. Make sure you check out the live stream that we did just before this Christmas update was released. It was a fun stream, so check it out. And for this 8th Christmas update. That's all for now. And thanks so much for watching. See you on the next one. Jingle Bell!